Hi, and welcome to Mid-American Gardener. I'm Sandy Mason with the University of Illinois Extension as the State Master Gardener Coordinator, and I am so glad you decided to join us. Of course, here on Mid-American Gardener, we talk about all things gardening, and of course, here in the fall, it's the perfect time to be thinking about composting with all those leaves coming down. Well, you want to stay tuned because later on in the show, we're going to have a special caller from Northern Illinois, and she's going to tell us about how she puts worms to work in her compost pile. So you want to stay tuned to hear about Peggy's passion for worm composting. And of course, we always have top-notch panelists. They have their own passions when it comes to gardening, and we're certainly here to help you out with your gardening questions. And Shane, I know you have any number of passions when it comes to gardening, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Shane Cultra. I'm one of the owners of Country Arbors Nursery in and Culture Nurseries in Onarga, Illinois. And we grow trees, shrubs, perennials, and annuals. So those are the kind of questions I'll be answering today. And so if you have any, I can step in on that. And because I grow plants, I brought one today. And I brought a Tough Stuff hydrangea. It's also known as a mountain hydrangea, and it's become very, very popular because it is tough and because of what you see now, and that's a nice fall foliage. When you think of hydrangeas, you think of all the flowers in the spring and how pretty they are all summer, but this one actually looks good all the way through into winter when it loses its leaves, and it gets this dark red color, even a little lighter sometimes, and it is hardy as can be. It blooms all summer even if it dies back. So it's a nice new hydrangea. It's a little harder to find, but I think in coming years you'll see more in production. It's called Tough Stuff, and again, look for it. It's got nice fall foliage.
Yeah, we don't always think about fall foliage, and I think the other thing I really like about that one is that the flower's a little different. Kind of has
Exactly.
those
It's a flatter flower,
kind of flower, so it isn't that big. You know, because sometimes I get a little tired of that big, that big
yeah,
ball
and there's
hydrangea.
plenty of hydrangeas out there right now.
Right,
You're seeing them everywhere, and this one's a little different.
Right, so it's nice. That's a nice one. Nice to have a nice size for that too. So thank you very much, Shane. And Kelly, I know you actually have brought some friends.
I
for us.
have. My name is Kelly Alsop, and I'm a horticulture educator for University of Illinois Extension. And I can answer questions about houseplants. And then since Phil's not here, I can also answer questions about insects. But I did actually bring some magical creatures with me today. And this is a Florida ivory millipede that's crawling up my hand right now. And it eats organic matter, so it's a really cool bug to have. And this versus a centipede has fewer legs, and the centipede actually eats other insects. But I also brought another guy. He is a blue death feigning beetle, and he's from the Southwest, and when I pick him up, he pretends to be dead. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this guy up and turn him upside down, and he is going to not pretend to be dead. Okay, here we go. We'll get us another one.
They never do what they're supposed to do on camera, do they?
He actually kind of likes me, okay? So this one right here, he's pretending to be dead, so I probably won't eat that one, and I'll eat that one. Oh, now he's used to me again. Just a really cool thing, and the blue color actually is a sunscreen because they live in the desert, so that protects them from the sun.
Yeah. So it's not that you're going to eat them; it's that predators. The
Right,
predators won't eat them. So I want to make sure people realize that you're not like eating the beetles. Although people could eat beetles, so we won't go there.
I am going to have a bug eating program soon.
Okay, we'll look forward to that one. But you can bring samples for us. One
Okay.
night.
Yeah,
How would that be?
definitely.
Okay. And then Jim Schuster, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm a retired extension plant pathologist, and my first email was on black stuff growing on a tree. The lady asked her mom what it was, and she thought it was black knot, and it is black knot. In fact, it's the second year black knot, because black knot in its first year is brown, then it turns black for the winter and is black the following summer. And by the end of that second summer or into the third year, you'll start seeing a white fungus eating the black knot. But anyway, black knot is a prunus genus disease, that plum, cherry, apricot, and all that. Of all the prunuses, it loves the plum the best. Ornamental or the edible one, doesn't matter. And there is no good chemical control for black knot on plum. Your only recommendation is to prune it out. If you're pruning it in the summer, you want the hottest, driest day, but more ideally, you pick the coldest, driest day in the winter, preferably 20 above zero would be a good time to go out and prune it off. And if you do it in the winter, you don't have to sterilize your tools. If you prune it in the summertime, you have to sterilize the tools between every single cut.
So good reason to do it in the cold weather, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
Yeah, plus the leaves aren't on there. It's easier to see what's going on and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. So very good. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you. And of course, now is that perfect time. As I mentioned, we're actually going to start talking about worm composting. And we're going to get the scoop from one of our pals in Northern Illinois. And we're going to start this segment where it's just so people can find out what's going on in other parts of the state. And of course, today's scoop comes from Peggy Doty, and she's with the University of Illinois Extension as the extension educator in energy and environmental stewardship. And she's way up north in Sycamore, Illinois. Hi, Peggy.
Hey, Sandy.
So I know I've known you for a number of years now, and you actually do have a passion for worms. So why don't you tell us all about it?
You know, I had a passion for composting because my goal was to reduce how much I was teaching landfill information to fifth graders, and I'm like, I throw a lot of junk in the landfill. So I got into composting, and then winter came, and there was a 3-foot drift between myself and my composter. And I'm like, this doesn't work for me. I don't like the cold that much. And I knew my composter really wasn't working in the winter because unless you have a very large area of compost, you don't have any warmth, so you don't have those bacteria and organisms. They just go down into the ground for the winter. I'm like, how can I get something to happen? So I looked into it, and I just went crazy happy about raising composting worms. You know, not just any worm, but the red wigglers. You can buy them at the bait shop. You can order them online. Red wigglers are a small organic eater, and they love to eat your garbage. They love to be contained, and they don't need to dig deep. So unlike a night crawler that needs to go very deep and stay much cooler, these guys are happy in a box and in your home, in your basement, not outside in the summer. That'd be too hot. And if you would start right now, you could grab a bin that you already have, like a plastic tote of some sort. If it's clear, you're going to have to keep those worms in a dark space because they don't like a lot of light, so they're going to only eat where it's dark in the middle. I would suggest if you think you might do worms this winter, go get a big scoop of your garden dirt, one good shovel load, throw it in a bucket, and put it somewhere, because if you wait till a freeze and then go try to get a good scoop of dirt, because the best way to start a good vermicomposting bin is one good scoop of garden soil first in the bin. You grab that bin, drill a couple holes in the bottom, because if it would get too wet, they'll drown, or you'll get too soggy. Find a boot, like a boot tray, anything plastic to throw under it. So if it did drip, which is rare, throw a couple holes in kind of high up, because you want some oxygen for these guys. You want some circulation. Throw in your scoop of garden dirt. Start slow. You don't throw your entire kitchen leftovers the first night in there. Mix in a little bit, get your worms either online or at the bait shop. You start throwing in a little bit of food at a time. Cover it. Everybody's worried about fruit flies. Fruit flies can't find food under the dirt, under the soil. So throw it. Make sure it's buried. The only time you would get, I've never had fruit flies. You always want to bury that food, and then shred up some newspaper. Newspaper is plant material. If they run out of food, they'll start chewing on that newspaper, and that newspaper also works to wick excess moisture. If you think that bin is a little dry and the soil doesn't feel damp, like just barely damp, you can add water to that paper and throw it in, and now you can humidify it. It's a great controller. And just let the worms do their things. If you start now, you'll have castings, which is the waste material of these red wigglers, of these worms. And castings have been found to be 8% higher in nitrogen, from when all your food waste goes in to the worms and the other bacteria. That's why you did that garden soil thing. You want to get those organisms that are naturally in there, helping to break those things down that the worms can't eat until they're a little smaller. The worms eat it. You get castings that are 8% higher in nitrogen, plus they have a calciferous gland. So now you have a plant digestible calcium. So I am by far not a gardener. A lot of people, if they hear this, will be like, oh, don't give garden tips. But I do know that a lot of plants need digestible calcium. The tomatoes, when they get that, you'll have to help me, end rot, that's a lack, where the blossom rots, that's a lack of calcium, digestible calcium. You can pour a pound of it on there, but if the plant can't digest it, it can't take it up. Worms
this is great, Peggy.
worms create digestible pellets.
And I can tell you have a passion for worms, obviously. You gave a website there if people want more information, and certainly to know what to put in, different kinds of things. And I've been doing worm composting, and actually is pretty darn amazing. Coffee grounds, all the kinds of things we don't always think about that we actually are just tossing or trying
Not worms and dairy. Yeah, no worms,
Very
no meat or dairy.
Okay, no meat or dairy, just like with our other compost. So thank you very much, Peggy, for sharing that in Northern Illinois, and we'll check that out. So thank you very much, Peggy.
All right.
Hey, do you guys into worm composting? Done that
Yeah.
before? Yeah. It really is pretty fascinating because you end up with this almost like this gold of this wonderful stuff that just looks like soil almost that you can add to your potted plants and different things. So that was great. So I'm glad Peggy shared that with us. So something to do in the wintertime if you just can't garden outside. Okay, very good. We're going to go ahead and go to our lines. And on line 3, we have Lynn from Rantoul. And you want to know about using veggie water for your houseplants. That's really a good question. So did you have more to that, Lynn?
No, just that my wife came up with that idea because we normally save it and use it as broth for other recipes. Well, our freezer's getting full of that broth, so we've been throwing it away. And she said, "You think we could use that on plants?"
So to use it on houseplants. So this would be things like if you're cooking like, broccoli or something like that. So it probably has some
More milder things.
more milder things. Okay.
Peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots. Okay. What do you think? I think it's a good question.
Yes.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing in it that's going to be. I mean, I'm sure it's good for it, and it's not a waste. And yeah, I think I think anytime you use water that you're using in the house and you're using on other things, that's a good idea.
I certainly would use it on, I've used it on my outdoor, in the summertime, use it on container plants, just outdoors. I think the only thing I'd wonder about a little bit, and I know Kelly, you've done a lot with greenhouses, I'd wonder a little bit like fungus gnats or something like that. So you think that might be an issue if there's a lot of organic matter?
Salts. If you're putting salts in your food,
salts in the food. No salt in your food anyway.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have it, but I know people put salt in
it.
everything nowadays. So if
Okay.
you're a clean
that's
cooker,
that's a good question.
If it just plain vegetables I wouldn't do it too much. It may
I
not
think that's what I would probably do.
but
maybe not
we use gray water to water our landscape plants,
Yeah.
so it is a good question.
So I think as long as you maybe not do it every single time, but just use it with different plants and I'd go for it. And I'd use it right away. I wouldn't try to store it or anything like that.
And plain water drenches between.
Yeah, plain water drenches in between. So good question, Lynn. I love it when gardeners start thinking about, how else you can
conservation
use
of
water. So
water.
thank you very much, Lynn. And on line 4, we have Kathy from Champaign, and you have a question about annual kale.
My kale came back this year.
Oh.
Never done it before. And I'm wondering whether or not there's something that I can do to make it come back next year, or is it just a fluke?
So it came back and it looked beautiful?
Oh, it was great. It's a very light blue kale. It's very mellow and just great.
So this is the kale you're eating or for ornamental?
Yes,
Oh,
for
okay.
eating.
Okay. I was thinking ornamental.
yeah, I think it's probably more to the winter. In Central Illinois, our winter was, as mild as we ever get. No snow, so that was probably pure luck. Now, if it's something that comes back in a harsh winter, then you might look into cloning that because it would be a very successful new plant. You might be a wealthy
They're pretty
person.
tough plants. I mean, they do take a
they'll
lot
take
of cold weather.
they're great. They take on even better color if it's an ornamental. Once the winter hits, the purples come out and the colors are gorgeous. But then when it hits 0, things change quite a bit. So she just might have gotten, and I don't know if it's close to a dryer vent. That's the other thing. You hear me say that all the time, but people often give me begonias and things that they say are miracle plants that live, and then I go to their house to get a sample of it, and it's right below the dryer vent or near the dryer vent where it's a lot warmer. So I think it's probably a fluke, but you never know.
Yeah, the ground didn't really freeze last winter, so
Yeah.
she had some protection.
And you can certainly, I don't know if there's this thing called low tunnels where you're actually covering, like raised beds and stuff. Where you're actually, with things like kale and stuff. So you could actually, try something along those lines where you actually cover it with plastic, something like that if you truly want it. But it's really not meant to be a perennial crop like that because typically the quality where it starts to flower or something like that.
It's definitely a cool season. It's just
it's
not
really meant to be one of those. But yeah, I'm glad it worked out for you though. That's great. Good luck. And on line 5, we have Kay from Decatur and a poinsettia question. I think this is our first poinsettia question. So Kay on line 5. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. You have
I have a poinsettia that was given to me as a gift, probably 2.5, 3 years ago. Still in the same pot. It is getting tall, but not bushy. I am afraid to do anything. What should I do?
It's afraid to do anything to her poinsettia. So you wanted to continue? I know that's something that you've done a lot with, haven't you, Kelly?
Well, there's pretty much nothing you can do right now because they require 7.5 hours of dark for around 7 to 12 weeks, depending on their response time. Maybe back in August, you probably could have pinched it, and you pinch it to 5 nodes, and you'll get 5 bracts. But I really think recoloring up poinsettias is really hard for homeowners. And the greenhouses and the industry, they really have everything they need to get it to color. Otherwise, you'd be opening up the closet and putting the poinsettia in the closet every night for 7.5 hours for 8 weeks. Some people get it done because they live out in the country and they don't have other light sources, but some people take it out as a house plant, but I'm really a fan of throwing it away and buying a new
Compost
plant.
pile. Throw it in the compost pile, and that's usually what I end up doing.
They're experts that grow them.
Yeah. So it can be done, but you may not get it to do exactly what you want it to do.
It probably won't
right.
be nearly as beautiful as the ones you'll buy in the store.
Yeah. Although I don't think you can hardly kill them if you do too much to them, other than putting them outside. And it sounds like on line 2, Joanne from Springfield, you also have a question about poinsettias. On line 2?
I think you've just answered my question.
Oh, I think so. So you have a poinsettia that's not turning red, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was going to be red this year, but evidently not.
Yeah, not this year. So they do. Yeah. Sorry. Next year.
Okay.
Enjoy your green poinsettia. Or you spray paint. I don't know.
Spray paint.
Yeah, you got a blue one if you want.
Maybe that's not a good idea. But thank you so much for calling, though.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Great, sure. And I think we'll go ahead and go to our email questions that we have.
Sure, I've got a question that's a very timely one. Maria has a potted 4-foot weeping beech that she's purchased that's currently on her patio, but she wants to know what to do to keep it alive over the winter. And it's really not too difficult. Potted plants, obviously the best thing to do would be to plant it. And you don't necessarily have to plant it in the ground by taking it out of the pot. You can dig a hole, put the entire pot in, and then mulch it in and do it that way, and it'll overwinter just fine. And then when you want to put it back on your patio, you can pull out the pot, wash it off, and put it right back where you had it. Another one that I cheat is if you have a basement and a window well, an escape well as they call it, you can put it down in there, and the temperatures are much warmer down there, 4, 5, 6 feet deep, and they hold really well there. The other thing you can do, but you got to watch out for rabbits, is you can actually lay it down and mulch it in. Once it goes dormant, they're really not doing anything. You just want to make sure it's not going to rot being underneath the mulch. You just got to watch the rabbits. They love things that are laying down and they eat the bark. And I did that and found out, especially fruit trees never do that. They'll eat a fruit to nothing. But I think the best is to fake plant it, as you call it, and put it in the ground, and it should be just fine.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. And we do have some lines open, so if people want to give us a call, we're here to answer your gardening questions. So thank you very much, Shane. And it is one of those things, sometimes people have these we forget sometimes these plants that they're used to being outside, they have to go through a cold period. We think we're doing them a favor by bringing them indoors, but they really need that cold period.
Yeah,
so
we're in Illinois, so
mind.
they want to lose their leaves, go dormant, and come back.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Shane. And Kelly, do you have more friends for us or a question?
I have a question about amaryllis. So her amaryllis put out 2 stalks. When the first one finished blooming, she removed the blossom. The second stalk was still blooming. She didn't know if she should cut off the stalks at the base to give the leaves the energy. What was the best thing she should have done? Well, I would have, first of all, it depends how big you want the flower. If I would have seen 2 stalks coming up, I would have cut the smaller stalk off so that the first stalk would have a much bigger, more beautiful flower. But if I saw the second stalk come up and didn't catch it in time, I'd wait till the other one shriveled and I would just let the second stalk bloom, because really you are going to have quite a long time to get those leaves to come back, and you grow them for a long time as the leaves. And I used to grow these in the greenhouse all the time, and they were almost really hard to kill. So I would take all the flowers off because I always had to grow them for Diane's class.
Oh,
we always did topiaries with them.
Oh, okay.
And then I would put them to the side. But yeah, I would just let the second one bloom. It's not going to steal that much from the leaves, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that would be very hard for me to cut off one of the flower stalks. I don't think I could do that, but yeah. So that's great. And amaryllis, I think, are one of those that sometimes people just sort of forget how pretty easy care they are, and these fabulous flowers that you can get with them. They're really great to have.
Well, if you're growing for topiary class, you'd cut off the second one.
Oh, that's right. For Diane, she was particular about that, wasn't she? Very good. And Jim, somehow I have a feeling you have a plant that's not doing well. You always seem to do the ones that...
Yeah. Marilyn sent in a picture about a dwarf Alberta spruce that turned brown pretty quickly, and this happened sometime in June. There are a couple of possibilities. The first one, and most likely one, would be spider mite. They can kill a plant pretty quickly if you're not paying attention or looking for them. And there are miticides you can use preventively as soon as you start seeing some damage to kill them. Now, the other possibility, and I've seen this happen frequently also, is that the planting hole wasn't designed correctly. It was a smooth-sided hole. The roots hit the side of the hole. They don't get into the surrounding ground. This is a slow-growing plant, so it takes years for it to show this kind of a problem. But they'll die because either the hole will start holding too much water for them, or when they get into a drought, they don't have enough root spread to take up what available water may be farther out. Because really, on most of woody-year plants, when they're well established, the root spread is 2 to 3 times the height of the plant. So if you've got say an 8-foot plant, your root spread is going to be anywhere from 8 to 12 feet across, based on the 2 to 3 foot, and that's basically based on a diameter.
Yeah, so always making sure there's good planting hole. But we were just talking about how those dwarf Alberta spruces, they almost always get spider mites. Right. It seems to be one of those things that's just a regular thing, isn't it, with those?
And you got to be right on top of them because it doesn't take long for them to kill it out.
So like a little white piece of paper you can, put underneath the leaves and shake it underneath the needles, and then you'll actually see the little spider mites rolling around. Anyway,
you also want to make sure you squish a few and make sure that they're red. Oh. And then wait a minute, correct me if I'm wrong. One squish is red, one squish is green. One's the predator mite, and one's the bad mite.
I think it's
the red's the
predator mite.
Squish is, the
red one's eating the green.
Yeah, that's right. The predator mite squishes red, the bad one squishes green.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jim. Okay, and then on line 2, we have Venus from Decatur. How about you have some rose problems? What can we do for you on line 2?
Yes, ma'am. I have a knockout roses, and they bloom until like 2 weeks ago. And now, should I cut it down now, or trim it now or later?
So trimming knockout roses, I think it's a really good question. A lot of people have knockout roses.
So we always shape them this time of year. So I always tell them, take them to where you're comfortable with them, and then take them back hard in the spring after they've leaved out. Because knockout roses are pretty notorious for taking a hard winter kill. They come back usually, but they do get knocked back pretty hard. So we always trim them just so they have a nice shape over the winter so they look nice and hold the snow. But then in the spring when the leaves come out, then you can take it back almost as hard as you want. So that's what we do. A lot of people take them back hard now, and then they die halfway back, and halfway back from 3 foot is a lot better than halfway back from 6 inches.
Yeah, I usually wait and see what the winter brings, and they're pretty amazing plants that they were still blooming so late in the season.
Yeah,
so
well,
really
today they might come and get one more bloom.
Yeah, might be able to get a couple more blooms. So very good question. And on line 3, we have Chris from Springfield, and you have a question about butterfly bush. On line 3?
Yes. I've got several butterfly bushes, and I was curious if I should be trimming those down to the ground now, or if I'm too late, or if I should do it in the spring, or what you think.
Okay, butterfly bush, good
Another
question.
one. I might be the opposite of Shane, but I'm a big proponent in leaving plants up. Don't prune back until the spring, because you're actually providing habitat for pollinators and bees and wildlife, even though the plants are kind of dead and not as pretty. But I know I know that we've always in the past taught to prune things back in the fall because of disease. So if you don't really feel like you have any issues, I would leave it. But what would Shane
I'm
do?
on the same team. I mean, the only thing that I ever do is we want to clean up the leaves. You want to get all the dead leaves out of there. But as far as the structure of the plant, leave it. You know, if it bothers you, you can take it a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, just trim it up a little bit.
Yeah, and wait till spring. So always good to have something. Wait till spring, right? Yeah. And remember, you can always connect with us on Facebook or send us an email. I'm sorry we didn't get to all the lines, but we're always here to help you out with your gardening questions. And of course, you want to go ahead and connect us, send us some emails, and have a great week gardening.